Hi, welcome to Wellness. I am your host, Linda Lonigan, Senior Clinical Nutritionist. I'm here to show you the very best your community has to offer in health, fitness, nutrition, life events, and well-being. Today I'm joined by an amazing man who is a personal trainer as well as multiple sclerosis exercise specialist. Yep. Mike Anzovino. Welcome, Mike.
Pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Oh, absolutely. So tell me, what does h.o.w.Approach stand for?
Healthy, ongoing wellness. Mm-hmm. It just kind of came to me one day, and I said, one day I'm going to do something with this term.
Right.
Over the years, through my martial arts experience and my training and working out in gyms, and I had great mentors growing up. I accumulated a lot of knowledge through reading and everything else, and just came up with an approach that I can really help people.
And you do. And how much experience have you had? Because I hear across the board many exercise specialists, but you have a great deal of experience and varied experience.
Well, we, at my, the people I work with, in conjunction with and partner with, but me specifically, I've been in and out of gym since I was a kid. I was, 11 years old when I started the martial arts and getting taught in a lot of Eastern philosophies and a lot of Eastern modalities. And then I started the h.o.w.Approach, Health&Fitness. It's going on 6 years.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah, it's all kind of come together at that point. So my vast experience before, I decided that this was where I was needed and where I was led to be.
Right. I know personally I had a situation with dancing as a nutritionist, and my shoulder was killing me. And even though you're very, very busy with multiple clients simultaneously at the same time, you took the time to really personalize it specifically to my needs, knowing that I work all the time and have several offices, and just to make sure that it would work with my needs and do something slow. Rather than get me into something that would be excessive momentum too quickly.
Yeah.
So I appreciated that.
Oh, of course, it was my pleasure.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things. We try, everything we do is individualized.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a cookie cutter type
Mm-hmm.
of atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
Every person, everybody and everybody is different.
Mm-hmm.
And we treat it as such.
Right.
And everybody has specific needs,
No,
and we make sure
absolutely.
that we address those things.
Right, and personally tailored to each individual, that it's not cookie cutter.
Yeah, absolutely.
To any means. Yeah, I think you are one of the very best in Northern Westchester,
Oh, thank
Mike.
you.
And you
I
do
appreciate
something.
it.
You do something very, very special in a specialization. Can you share that with my viewers?
Yeah, I work with people with multiple sclerosis, which is an autoimmune issue. Mm-hmm. It's a disease that basically there's the myelin sheath that goes around your nerve, mm-hmm. and what happens is the body, the immune system attacks the sheath, deteriorates and forms lesions, which disrupts the neurological connection from the brain to the muscle. And what we do is we rehabilitate that, and we try to kind of get ahead of the 8 ball, and try to, once again, through martial arts, mm-hmm. you're learned how to do an involuntary movement. So one of my theories is that we can set that same type of theory up with working with people with MS that have that disruption kind of going around it.
Right.
And getting that muscle tissue to start strengthening again and breaking down and building and getting that lean tissue back. And kind of bypassing, if that nerve's not working, well, we're going to try another path,
right.
so to speak. And we've had
right.
great success. And
right.
My mentors have been great with that,
mm-hmm.
and the schooling that I've went through for that, and the
mm-hmm.
special certifications.
Mm-hmm.
It's all been it's been a phenomenal journey. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I wish, and I pray every day that one day I can specifically work with those people for
mm-hmm.
free, and my other endeavors will just support my family and everything else.
And take care of things.
Yeah.
And you also hold support groups as well. Right?
Yeah, that just recently got moved though, just because it's
Too
busy. There's too much going on, so they need a little bit more privacy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I started that because I just wanted to help. I just want
mm-hmm.
people need to plug into something to learn that they're not alone.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm actually going to start something else, and I haven't really dubbed the name yet. Hopefully soon, but something like the MS Fitness Club or something like that.
That's great.
Where whether you have multiple sclerosis or not,
Sure.
you're there for the support of
Right.
somebody you know or somebody that does have it. And
Absolutely.
we all get together, we'll do events together, et cetera.
That's
You know,
wonderful.
make it kind of like a club.
Yeah. I like your demeanor. I like your hands-on approach. Like I said, you have a gift in terms of no matter who else is in the room, you make that person feel very special, and that you give them your undivided attention, which is essential today. And as well, you also tailor in terms not just exercise, but also nutritional counseling, right? Accordingly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And how do you do that? You have different programs for different needs?
Well, you know, my philosophy is kind of based on the Paleolithic ancestral type patterns of eating, using that as a guideline, cutting out the normal junk foods and the, you know, the vegetable oils and the high sugar diet of the standard American diet, cutting all that out, letting them go through like a 30-day kind of a cleanse on that avenue. And then from there, dialing it in per person. You know, once again, we all have different needs. So someone with an autoimmune issue is going to be drastically different than somebody that's training for a marathon.
Very
You know,
much so.
so we have to dial all that in. And
Right.
when I'm not able to really sit down and spend that time with the person, I do have resources for people that I use. I have certain nutritionists that I trust, health coaches, I have a chiropractor in the practice, you know, all of that. This way we can all come together and work for the greater need of that one person.
That's great. I know you've referred people to me in terms of my work as an RD.
Absolutely.
Because I've worked as a nutritionist for 21 years.
Yeah.
And I work out of 3 offices, specifically designing, but also my expertise lending itself. But I think it's essential what you do in terms of that you're personally tailoring it to each individual.
Yeah.
And you're basing that based on your experience, as well as being an avid reader of anything you can pick up.
Yeah.
And you have a favorite book?
The Paleo Cure, Chris Kresser. It's a great book. Once again, the paleo diet guidelines, but what he does is he goes very in depth into breaking it down into segments for people specific needs, and it goes about how to, and teaches people how to kind of assess themselves and to work with themselves a little bit. But I use that, and it's one of those books that you can just pick up. Doesn't have to be read from beginning to end. You can just pick up what section do you need at that moment.
Which is wonderful.
It's such a great book.
And it's
really
based, so the premise is the Paleolithic diet, and then it's customized depending on what the disease is and what foods are pertinent.
or whatever your goals are.
Okay.
If you're an athlete, if you just want to, you know, lose weight, whether
Sure.
you want to just stay, you know, maintain, or if you have an autoimmune issue or GERD or, you know, SIBO or anything like that. It's has specific sections for each, which is great.
Well, I know you practice what you preach, so tell me, what are some good tips for the holiday? What would you recommend for the holiday?
Don't stress yourself out.
Don't stress yourself out.
Because once you start stressing your body, it doesn't matter what you're eating. Because your body's putting in, your body doesn't know the difference between a food stressor or an outside stressor.
Interesting.
So what you want to do is just, you know, look, having a piece of cake tomorrow, is it really going to kill you? No, it's not going to kill you. If you do it every day, well, then that's an issue.
Sure.
It's the holidays. Enjoy the holidays. Just think to yourself, how am I going to feel tomorrow if I eat this? Or how am I going to feel in a little while if I eat this or if I overeat? But be happy, smile, laugh.
Right.
Life is supposed to be fun.
I know.
Enjoy it.
It's true. You got to make each day extraordinary in some small way.
Every day's got to be a masterpiece.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it does. It does. You had shared something with me, even as a nutritionist. You know, I worked as a scientist prior to my graduate work. I've been to school for 8 years and multiple degrees. But you mentioned something very interesting to me about starches, which I found.
Oh, the resistant starch?
Yeah. Can you talk about that just a little bit?
I found this out. It was very interesting to me because I don't really eat rice or potatoes. I'll eat, you know, sweet potatoes. I don't eat grains at all.
Right.
And I was reading something, and apparently, you know, where, like say a potato, white potato or white rice, where it normally gets broken down in your intestine, if it's warm.
Right.
But if you eat it cold,
it
passes through the intestine. It gets broken down in the colon,
Interesting.
and helps your microbiota.
Interesting.
Your gut flora.
Cold.
Yeah, cold.
Okay.
So you're getting the resistant starch to help you with your with your good bacteria,
Right.
and it doesn't have the effects.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was really interesting.
So an example of a cold starch would be.
Cold potatoes, like if you make like a nice cold potato salad.
Oh, okay.
White rice. So like if
Okay.
you're eating sushi or something like
Right.
that, the rice is cold.
Interesting.
It-
Very
you know,
interesting.
Yeah. It's an interesting, but
I-
also unripe green bananas, green plantain, also very good
Really.
for
'Cause,
resistant starch.
They help stabilize your blood sugar, sustain your energy, and maintain it throughout
Yep.
the day.
A lot of
I
good
thought that was
benefits.
very fascinating. And that's the one thing that's in terms of what you do. I meet with a very large amount of people that are personal trainers or work in exercise, and you know so much, Mike. And
Thank
you have a general philosophy that I do, that we can always learn, and every day
yeah.
we can always become better as a nutritionist or as a personal trainer if we just keep learning and reading.
Yeah.
And I think it's essential.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah.
So what is Mike's way of relaxation? What is something that you truly like to do to relax?
Be with my family.
Yeah.
That's relaxing to me. Whatever we do, I mean, we'll go hiking together. We'll just go for a drive together. We'll watch a movie together. Whatever it is, that's my downtime, and I use especially Sundays.
Right.
Sundays are just, there's no business conducted at all. It's just family and, my faith and all that. But it's just,
Sure.
that's my day.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I'm trying to wean off the Saturdays a little bit because I can get a little carried away on Saturdays. But
Yeah, because you put so much time and effort into each client you meet. You put your heart and soul into it, and it's obvious.
thank you.
So we're almost ready to wrap up in about 2 minutes. Do you have anything last you want to share with my viewers?
Yeah, I am the Northeast ambassador for a charity, the Multiple Sclerosis. It's the MS Fitness Challenge.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And, I just, we always look for donations, and I know that sounds like a plug, but I don't want it to be, because it's really meant to help people. What we do is we have a 12-week program that if we get enough funds, people can work with me for 12 weeks at no cost to them.
Right.
And a lot of people with MS are, they're on disability or out of work, and it's tough. So, you can go on the msfitnesschallenge.com and donate and just put the h.o.w.Approach so they know what region it came from. Or you can go on my website, h.o.w.Approach.com, and there's a link there as well.
No, that's great to know.
And I'd appreciate
and
it.
if you want me to stop in at any time, gratis, to help these people, to share some
Absolutely.
basic nutritional expertise, I'm always available.
Yeah, I
help.
want to try to put a seminar together. That'd be great.
I
I'm
think
working
it's
on that.
wonderful.
Maybe in the new year we try to do something.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for
Thank
being
you so
here.
much. I appreciate it. Thank
Yeah,
you so much.
my pleasure. So when you eat well and feel well, it's something you want to do for the rest of your life. Remember, moderation and balance is key. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a great night.